I'm Bernadette Wagner, Director of Volunteer Washington County, and I'd like to welcome you, our viewing audience, to reach out. Usually, my guests are adult staff members from various nonprofit organizations, but today's guest is a little different, or should I say special. I'm pleased to welcome Brynn Dao, a 14-year-old student at the Barbara Ingram School for the Arts, as my guest. Brynn doesn't work at a 501c3 charitable organization, but believe me, she makes an incredible difference in our community through her own charitable program called Books and Bears. Although she started this project as her platform for the Miss South Mountain Outstanding Teen Competition, it is more than just that. Brynn cares about people. She created this program to comfort hospitalized children, but loves that Books and Bears is also a great way to promote literacy. Today, Brynn will tell you about Books and Bears, the organizations that she has partnered with to promote the project, and the local businesses that have helped to make it successful. Welcome, Brynn.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So you could have chosen to address any one of a zillion needs in our community. Why did you decide to focus on Books and Bears? What was it about children in the hospital that captured your interest?
When I was 8, my father had cancer, and every night I would give him a blanket and I would read him a book that I always loved. And I just can't imagine a child having to go through what I went through. Seeing my dad when he had cancer was very hard for me, and I can't imagine a kid having to go through it without having the comfort of Books and Bears.
So this was a way for you to kind of share the same kind of comfort you had given to your dad?
Yep.
Oh, that's terrific. When I read about Books and Bears, I was impressed with the number of organizations and businesses that you've partnered with. Do you care to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I partnered with Books A Million and the Rarities of Leidensburg. Books A Million has been super nice by helping me raise money for books and also helping me with donations for books. And the Rarities of Leidensburg give me little Rudy Bears that the kids love because they tell them a little about the Raritins, and they're really cute, and they have like little shirts, and I really enjoy them.
That's great. What age are the children that you typically give these Books and Bears to?
Anywhere from newborn infant to maybe 12 years old about.
Okay. Okay. And so you originally started this project with the idea that you were going to comfort sick children, but then you came to realize that it addressed something else in our community. And then I'm going to let you tell us a little bit about that and your partnership with the Rotary Club.
Yep, the Rotary Club of Washington County came to me because they needed 500 books this summer to help with a camp they're doing. And although I didn't reach quite 500, I did reach a good number of books. And I also help them fight illiteracy by going to camp every Wednesday from 10 to 10:30, and I read to little kids with the help of high school volunteers.
So that's terrific. So the Books and Bears program, it comforts the kids, but it also sort of promotes literacy too, because the children are being read to, or they're reading the books themselves. So that's terrific. And I know that Washington County, I think, ranks third in terms of literacy in our state. So this is much needed in our community.
It really is. It's very much needed.
Okay, and so with your project, do you distribute the books to yourself? Do you go in and meet the kids, or does somebody else do that?
I distribute the Books and Bears to the auxiliary of Meritus Medical Center, and they're volunteers at Meritus, and then they take them to the kids. I'm not allowed to see the kids because I'm not 16 or older.
Okay, and when is, how many children have received Books or Bears through your program?
I've been told that over 1,300 Books and Bears have been distributed.
That's quite amazing.
Thank you. And only a year, so I'm very proud of that fact.
And are you still working on this project?
Yes, I hope that it will be a thing that stays with me for many years to come.
Oh, that'd be great. Now, do you know what the reaction is to the that the kids have to these? Have you been told how they respond to these
When
gifts?
I first made the program, the grandma actually came out and saw me with the Books and Bears, and she pleaded for me to come in and see her infant and his mom. So I was actually able to go in with my Books and Bears and give it to the child, and he was just completely elated. He was kind of sick, so he wasn't able to show it, and he was newborn, But you could just tell that he saw that bear and he saw the book, and the mom was so happy and the grandma was in tears. I mean, it was just a great moment.
Oh, that's terrific. Have you had a chance to reflect on what being a part of this program means to you?
Every year whenever I talk about it with my executive director, because I've stayed with her over the past 2 years, she always asks me how it's going. I always get my friends asking me if they can help. And I've reflected and realized I've come a very far way from what I ever thought it would be. And I'm reminded that every day because my executive director will always text me and say, I'm so proud of you. And I have such a big support system that helps
terrific.
me along the way.
Have any of your friends thought about maybe starting their own volunteer project or joined you in your efforts? How does this impact your friends?
2 of my friends have actually decided now to get into the Miss America Network and make their own platforms. And my friend Leah and my friend Emma are both making their own programs, one about bullying, one about helping kids with working with when their parents or a relative has passed away.
Oh, that's good. And do you have any words of inspiration to other teens or even younger children? Certainly, we know that children are more likely to volunteer as adults if they have positive volunteer experience as youth.
To always get out there and volunteer whenever you can, because a lot of teens will use the excuse that they don't have time or they can't find a place. There's always a place and there's always a time to go out and volunteer. You just have to find the motivation to do it.
And I think one of the keys that we see as successful is when teens use their passion, their interest, and start from there and then find a way to volunteer that, bring that passion.
The best way to do it because it keeps you motivated every day.
That's great. I'd like to thank you, Brynn, for joining me today, and thank you, our viewing audience, for making Reach Out a part of your day. Research indicates that youth who start volunteering before the age of 14 are more than twice as likely to be lifelong adult volunteers. I invited Brynn to be on Reach Out because she exemplifies all that is positive about youth volunteers. Brynn found a way to blend her passions with service and has pursued volunteer work that is as rewarding and enriching for her as for those she serves. My hope is that other youth that hear this story will be inspired to use their talents to strengthen our community and in the process experience the wonderful benefits of volunteering. Good stories entertain, educate, and influence. If you have a good volunteer experience or a volunteer story you'd like to share, I hope you can share it with me at Volunteer Washington County. Email me your story and we'll post them on our website. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me.